no further than the last play of the game when he made that pass. And so he gets the best out of his teammates and has for the last 4 seasons.
I look back at the team that we put together all season long. They've found a way to move past it. And whether it's been a tough, devastating loss, our guys have found a way to regroup and refocus, or if it's been a big emotional win. And that's what it was this last weekend. Did we celebrate? Absolutely we did. I think every team that's in this position right now celebrates it, but then you got to get over it.
And now, eager to watch another classic NCAA tournament game between Iowa and Nebraska, Todd Leabo.
Right you are, Kay. That's the Heroes game. That's what they call that.
I call it the Sweet Corn 16.
That's pretty good. The Heroes game is that's what they've turned it into a nice rivalry.
Yeah.
It's what they tried to do with Arkansas, Missouri, and it kind of took off a little bit.
Nebraska, of the teams that have kind of moved, Nebraska to the Big Ten, have kind of, even when they were in the Big 8, I feel like they could have been a Big Ten school. They have that feeling.
Yeah, they especially with Iowa there.
They match more with Iowa than they ever did with Oklahoma.
Well, they don't match with Big Ten teams like Rutgers.
No.
A long time.
No.
Hey, listen, it is a weird Sweet 16 we have going on. You don't have Kansas, North Carolina, some schools like that. Iowa, Nebraska are in there.
Defending champion out.
Defending champion gone. It's been a wild NCAA tournament as far as some of those things go. Not wild in the fact that, I did our bracket contest, and I've got the weird scoring. I think, I don't have records back forever, but I think this is the fewest amount of bonus points we've ever had in the first round. Because we get bonus points if you pick seed upsets.
Yeah.
And there were no real big, there were a couple of 11s over 6s, so that's just like 5 points.
Betting favorites on Friday, 16-0.
Yeah.
And
many of them not close.
And I took 15 of them. The one dog I took, Missouri,
because,
and of course they lost.
Of course they lost.
Of course Missouri was the one that would let me down. But I heard
they're always there to let you down.
Absolutely. That's about the only way they could let me down. I said this earlier this week, that they used to be good enough to break your heart. Now they're not even good enough to do that. I saw a note that before... this is just the second time since the Sweet 16 became a round that you could advance to in 1975, I think it was. Just the second time that all 16 teams are from power conferences. Mm-hmm. The other time, last year.
Yeah, last year.
It had never happened, and now it's happened back-to-back years.
Yeah.
And is that a blip? Well, I think we need another year at least of data.
Well, the rules may change in a couple of years too.
Yeah.
So,
but are we already seeing the impact of what NIL and the portal
and the monstrous leagues too? Yes. Because that's part of it.
That's a major factor.
Yeah.
Because it's when the power conference teams take up almost 80. Yeah. Almost 80 teams back when 5 conferences used to be about half of that.
Yeah, about 40. Some 8s, and 10s, and all that stuff.
That is a monstrous factor. I should have put that in there as well.
So I am Todd Leabo, in for Soren Petro. Petro's off the next few days. I haven't heard from him. How's the TSA in Soren? I haven't heard.
I would assume he's already...
hopefully through.
Airborne.
I think our TSA here in Kansas City has not been an issue. Maybe he won't make it back, but he'll be out for a few days.
He said it was, I'm going to look at the temperature. He said it was supposed to be
100?
Near 100.
Yeah, they were going up to Phoenix area, right? To fantasy draft and all that stuff.
It's
hot out there. Shane was just out there.
Oh, but it's a dry heat.
Shane said they went to something. It was like 8 o'clock at night. It was still 95 degrees. He's like, I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be here.
93.
It's 93.
Yeah. It's only noon.
It's only noon. Plenty more to go. Plenty more to go.
Let's see what the hourly.
Get that sun up
high of 98.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see.
It's going to be damn near 90 here today.
99,
right?
100. Yeah. This city is, even by Midwestern standards.
We're in a weird one here.
The last 2 weeks have just been insane.
Yeah.
We're 92 on Thursday, and it will have been, and then I think on 2 days before that, it's going to be the low in the 30s.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. As a guy who likes my yard and wants my yard to be green, mowing the grass 2 Saturdays ago and having it snow the next day was not good for it.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a little browny looking right now. I'm sure it'll bounce back. It's hardy grass. It'll be okay. But I was like, I had to mow it. I mean, it really needed mowing on that day. It really did.
was one of the mornings. Was it Sunday? One of those mornings. It was Monday. I live in an apartment complex, and I heard something I haven't heard in a while, and that's the big mowers. The guys
they're
out there, the mowing crews out there. I'm going, and you step outside, and it's not even 40 degrees. You're like, I guarantee the guy who's mowing is like, I have never mowed the grass when it was below 40.
Yeah. I would have been better off had I mowed it a couple of days before. I think it was just bad luck that I mowed it, and the next day is the day we got. I guess it was a blizzard because it was windy. That's the rules of blizzard. It's not 14 feet of snow. It's just the wind. It was very windy on that Sunday.
Today's perfect.
Yeah, today. Well, it's too hot, but
a little
other
warm.
than that,
And yesterday was perfect.
Yeah, great day. We're going to have 3 or 4 great spring days,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to have about 30 winter days and 30 summer days here this spring. It's really exciting for it. We are going to have a fun time today, though.
What's the forecast for the show,
The
Todd?
forecast for the show is we're going to play the feud. Now, listen, I'm a feud guest, okay? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we have Shane do this, although Shane's horrible at the feud.
Yes,
right?
admittedly so.
And he is taking his mom to the doctor right now. He didn't think he was going to get back, but still didn't really want to be part of the feud because he's not good at the feud.
Exactly, yeah.
And we've had other people fill in here and there, and this is a first-timer. Kyle, tell me who our feud, not the guest, the caller's the caller, but who is our feud in-house
Our
guest?
replacement?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be one Michael Darcy from the Zone.
All right.
Michael Darcia,
Michael Darcia.
a.k.a. Darce.
Darce.
Dorse.
Although we think that's now Michael.
Michael. It's Michael. I think I just did it right there. Michael. They sent out
Michael.
They sent out the pronunciation guide today. Did you see it on the bottom of the roster? And they've actually changed what it looks like.
Okay, good, because
it says capital M-Y, lowercase K-E-L-L.
Okay.
So but that's not Michael.
No, because Michael that's kind of that schwa. Michael Garcia. That makes sense. Michael Garcia. Michael
Darcy.
Is it your key?
Is what they call him.
But is it your Kel? No, it's Michael.
No, it's Michael. It's our Kel.
And that's if you just think about everybody. If you think about it that way, it's Michael. Michael Garcia.
He's our Kel.
Yeah.
Because
you actually enunciate the second syllable. Yeah. It's just not.
I'm gonna call him Garcia this year. No, that'll be the easiest way for me.
Garcia. That's easy.
That'll be the easiest way.
So put it that way.
Michael Darcia is going to be our feud helper, and then we will have a feud contestant on the phone.
We will.
And I don't have the stats with me, but we all know this. Petro's been horrible, so he can't lose this week.
I've actually been on a burner.
Absolute burner.
Which is amazing because I traditionally am god-awful.
You've changed everything. This is the transfer portal era, NIL era. It's different.
I still get beaten on the jump.
Doesn't matter though.
But I've been doing better at the. But you know what? A lot of that is, it's sometimes it's like trivia questions. Someone asks you trivia questions. Sometimes it's in your wheelhouse.
Sometimes it's there. Darcy is a little bit worried about freezing up, so he said you could be on Kurtis's team, and this could be the slowest draw ever. I don't know.
Why would you freeze up in this game?
It's easy.
Around us.
So we will have that. That's Nick and Jake's great
yes
sponsor of the game, and once again, if you win, you get $40. Mm-hmm. If you lose, you get $25. Either way, you're a winner for Nick and Jake's. That's happening at 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, we're going to talk to Fat Jack about baseball season getting underway. We've got the Sweet 16, all that. So we'll talk to Fat Jack. We're going to have some sounds throughout the show because there are press conferences. This is what we miss out when our teams aren't in the Sweet 16.
Yep.
The stuff we're going to hear today, that is the place where I would want to be. Houston, those look like the most fun, best games, and fan bases down there. So we'll hear from some of the coaches down there throughout the show today. 5 o'clock, we will talk to David Lesky in the 5 o'clock hour. And I haven't told Lesky, but I want to talk to Lesky about what do you call it, a connection on LinkedIn? It's called a connection, not a friend, whatever it is.
A connection.
So they got these puzzle games on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And I'm an older man, so I play puzzle games because it's good for me. And you can see the scoreboard of people who are your connections and see how well you do. We share these amongst my family to see who's better or worse on a certain day at one of the particular games. And Lesky beats me nearly every time on every game. Now, I have beaten him once or twice in a game. I don't know if he even sees me on his leaderboard because I don't know if he looks at it. But I need to ask him a little bit about if he's lost respect for me or gained respect for me at some of the scores I put up on these games. And we'll also talk about the Royals because the Royals are getting underway on Friday.
and
That's kind of part of the deal. But I want to talk to him about
Their
it.
26 for 26 has been released.
Yes.
We know.
We'll see how accurate his final roster projection was. To
Right,
the full 26.
Yep.
And there's some interesting stuff. And we saw they just finally made the official moves. Drew Waters, DFA'd, got a couple injury things there. So, I like this group of 26 players. But we're going to have to wait and see how it all melds together because I don't think we're going to get out there and see, hey, this is the lineup every day.
No.
I don't think that's how it's going to go.
No.
Because I don't think they have that group of players to do it that way.
And I'm a little. Last year was a year where all the injuries, like all the misfortune, was on the pitching side, and they were really good despite it, and they just couldn't score any runs. Now it looks like they have an offense where they can score some runs, and now the pitching you think couldn't be any less healthy than it was a year ago. It looks like it's still kind of I don't know. I don't know how deep the rotation is, and I know nothing about with the bullpen. Some guys have to have bounce back years from health, and I think the pitching staff is certainly something of a mystery.
Well, that's the thing. Like right now, there's a lot of concern about Estevez and his velocity, and that would be a major thing if he's not as effective as he was last year at the closer. But how are they going to get to the closer? I like a lot of the we say this a bunch. If this, if this, if this. Is it too many ifs?
Yes. Yeah.
The only way to find out is to go play the games.
That was the Doug Stewart theorem. How many ifs are there to be good? I saw at least one. I wish I had remembered who it was. At least one reputable outlet posting its ranking of the 30 bullpens in Major League Baseball, and the Royals were dead last.
Wow, that's surprising.
That may not be that bad, but it'd be awful to go from a team that routinely lost 3-2 and 4-3 to going to a team that loses, 6-5. But almost everyone, we're putting together our baseball predictions, and which we'll unveil next week. And so I always go through and try to see what other people are saying, and they are one of the sexy picks for postseason play, and if they're looking for teams that are maybe upset choices to win a division. The Royals are probably the leading candidate for a team that's somewhat off the grid to win a division. So the almost unanimous sentiment from the national baseball writers is that the Royals are going to be quite good this year.
Yeah, and I think it is interesting. I heard they were playing a soundbite today on New Day. One of these national guys talking about, people just. I mean, the Royals were in the playoffs a couple years ago. They only got 3 games and. Well, 4 games. 4 games, but people didn't see them all, because that's the round where there's other games happening.
Actually,
they had the 3 games and
then 2 games against Baltimore, and then lost 3 out of 4 to the Yankees.
So, but at the beginning, you don't see all the games. If you don't make the championship series, you don't see them a lot. And I'm like, people have not been watching Bobby Witt because you don't see Bobby Witt. And this is the first time people watched Bobby Witt was in the WBC, and they're like, I can't believe how good this guy is.
I know.
I'm like, well, we're getting not bored with it, but it's a little routine to watch Bobby Witt make some of the plays he makes and how fast he runs and how he's dirty every night. All that
Those
stuff.
plays in the hole were like we saw that 10 times last year. Minimum.
Happens all the time. And it's like, do you guys not even look at the internet for top plays or something? I don't know what you're looking at if you haven't seen Bobby Witt play. Yeah. But I think people saw Bobby Witt play. I think they saw Vinny Pasquantino have the 3-homer night.
And
they saw Michael Garcia.
And they saw his personality.
Yes, all of it.
I mean, that guy
Salvi.
is.
So that I think that a lot of people are like, oh wow, these guys, they're all on the same team.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
If they're good this year, they're going to be a choice for national games. They're going to say, we want to get this team on.
And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. They already, they've got the schedule out with some of this national stuff, and this is, and I know we're all here. There are still people right now, we're 2 days away, who don't know how they're watching the Royals, okay? Because they have not officially...
I haven't even thought about it.
They have not officially yet announced the cable companies, which everyone said probably Spectrum and Comcast, which have had them forever. They'll be on there regular because this got pulled in-house. If you're a YouTube TV guy, they ain't on there. So you got to buy Royals.tv. I've already made my purchase on that. They'll be on DirecTV. We know that's all there. And I know this much because we talked a lot of times about how my dad has moved out of his house. He lives in John Knox Village now. They have Everfast as their cable provider out there, and the Royals have been on Everfast forever. Well, they're not on Everfast this year. So there you go.
They're never fast.
It's on Neverfast right now with them. So people, there's still a little confusion on what they said they're going to announce them like very close to the season. That's about now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see an email soon that says it's all done. But here's what I know. When they sit there and told us at the beginning, yeah, we think the cable providers are going to have the Royals, thinking and knowing are two different things when you're involved in these things. So hopefully for people, they will have a chance to see them on their regular cable provider if you're a cable customer still. If not, I have made the purchase at Royals.tv through the MLB app. There have been a couple of spring training games on. I just haven't been around to watch all those. I know that the Dodgers game was on that one night, and I turned it on, and it worked for me. So I think I'm good to go at my house.
Yeah.
Okay? I think so.
Think so.
On one TV that I'm logged into. I'm going to have to log into some others around to get to watch them. Because I don't want this team...
What's the app going to be like? Is it going to be...
MLB's app is great.
Okay, good.
This is way better than the Bally's and FanDuel apps from before.
The FanDuel app was better than Bally.
But still not great.
Because at least you could,
yes.
You didn't have to watch the entire game again.
The Major League Baseball app is fantastic.
Cool.
It is awesome. And if you happen to be
I don't mind paying
a T-Mobile customer, then you can get the rest of the league for free. T-Mobile Tuesdays, yesterday was the day.
Nice.
Public service to anyone, if you're a T-Mobile customer, go take the offer right now. Get the thing for free because you can watch every other game. Not the Royals, but you can watch every other game. That's pretty cool. Because maybe later in the year you're like, I kind of want to watch Cleveland and Detroit. It's kind of a big game.
They should.
You can watch them all, and then they have all the condensed games and all this stuff. Major League Baseball does a lot wrong. That app is good.
Nice.
It's really good. I still don't know if on Friday at 6:15, if I click on that thing, I'm going to be good to go at home. I think I'm going to be. More importantly, how about Gary Leabo? Is he going to be all right with this app watching these games? Test run the other night wasn't great, but the game wasn't on. That first Rangers game was on. You could watch. For some reason, it was a free thing because it was on, but it wasn't on for just the Royals TV people. They've had some games that were on, but that one the other night was not on. We had a little tech support help call on that. Wasn't there. I said, don't worry about it. Friday's the big day. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if people are concerned, scared, don't know if they're going to be able to see the games or not, but this team deserves to be watched.
Yes.
I think they're going to be a team you want to watch, you want to see how they do, and this has been a problem in Major League Baseball for 10 years probably. It began, I don't think they've been on Dish Network for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we had people call in when we talked about these things about this time every year, like I just learned to live without it. I live outside of town, we don't have cable, whatever. This is the only way I can watch things. This is the price that works for me. I don't worry about it now.
Yeah.
And listen, for me, I don't think $99 is a big deal to watch 149 games. I mean, it's pennies on the dollar for watching the games. I wish it was on YouTube TV because I love YouTube TV. I think YouTube TV is a great product. That's what I switched to because it works in my house for me.
Yeah.
And when I switched to it, they had, at that time it was called Fox Sports Kansas City. They had that. And then they lost them. Like, that stinks. And then it got into, asking my parents what their codes were for Comcast. But now, listen.
Didn't actually.
No, I did that.
Of course you did.
I did that.
I was giving you an out.
I don't want an out. I did that. But now I've been paying the money to either the Bally's, FanDuel, whatever, to make sure I have it. Because I don't want to switch back to cable just because my setup at my house. And I don't mind paying it because I think it is an absolute bargain for that. I have paid in the past $60 to watch Oklahoma play a crappy, bad football game because they used to have one game on pay-per-view. So I don't mind.
You don't mind.
Okay? I don't mind because you're watching a lot of games for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But I don't like spending other people's money either. I don't know what other people's lives are like. I don't know if they got $100 to spend on this or if they do or don't. You're making choices in the world. I mean, things are expensive right now. Groceries are up. Gas isn't doing very well right now. So you got to make your choices to do this. But I think it's worth doing. I will report back on the ease of it next week.
That'll be fun.
to get through. But there are a lot of games they will have this year that you don't have to have the app for. They've got a lot of Fox games.
Yeah, FS1.
They've got a lot of FS1 games. They're going to have some Peacock games as well. I don't think some of the Peacock games are on Peacock and some are on NBC, but I think the Royals ones are kind of early in the year, and I don't think they're putting the Sunday night NBC on at that point because they got NBA still going.
Yeah,
it's going to come down to the end, so there's a few there. And Channel 5, Channel 62, they have like 10 games that are basically simulcast. It's the Royals, it's the FanDuel
kind of like
broadcast, but they're putting it on regular TV.
Yeah.
So there are more games available now without paying the $99 than there have been before. But what day is it? What time's it on? It used to be pretty simple. You knew almost every game was on Fox Sports Kansas City or whatever. And when you get better, they want you on Fox Sports 1 or they want you on Peacock, or they've got, I think,
Chiefs.
3 games on
Chiefs
Apple.
you used to always be on Sunday on CBS.
Yeah, you got to figure it out now. That could be on Netflix,
there could be any
Prime.
By the way, you going to watch tonight's?
Tonight's
I'll
on Netflix.
probably turn on
Giants,
that
Yankees.
just to see if it glitches. That's the number one thing. Will it glitch? I'll watch a little. I don't think I need to watch a whole Giants-Yankees game.
Watch a couple innings.
I'll watch a couple
see what
innings.
The look is.
See what it looks
I always
like.
like to see what's the score
How
box.
do they do it?
With how the announcers, what are the score box looking? What are the graphics like?
Because there are some games on Apple. I mean, that's what the Royals always have 1 or 2 on Apple. There's already a few.
the Friday night games.
Friday night
often.
Apples, and those when they're on Apple, they're not on anything else. That is all they're on.
Which is why I don't see the Friday night games. Thankfully, I don't need.
So their box score is a little weird,
Yeah.
and they have a bunch of little analytical stuff there. They'll be like, it's a 33% chance for this run to score. It's kind of interesting, but in the end, I generally just have it on. I'm not listening.
Yeah.
I like to listen to our guys do the games, and if it's the Apple one, I'm like, all right, it's just on.
Well, tonight they're going to have Barry Bonds, Albert Pujols, and Anthony Rizzo at the booth.
Well, that'll be fun.
You going to listen to that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Listen for a while. I don't know how long that game's going to keep me, but what time does it start? Is it like 8 or 9 because it's in San Francisco, or is it in New York?
Let me see. It's in San Francisco.
It's in San Francisco, so it's not going to be at like 6 o'clock. Then they're not starting at 4 o'clock out there. I don't think.
That one
7 o'clock. I think
7:05.
It's 7,
7:05. Barry Bonds.
I'll watch some of
for a lot of his objectionable personality traits is a great listen.
Oh, I've heard him on some podcasts. The stories and his memories.
There's a
baseball.
videos. There's a couple of videos that bounce around of him and Greg Maddux.
Yeah, very good.
And about this particular at bat. And we've always known that Greg Maddux is this incredibly analytical guy who thinks about pitch by pitch. And what you realize when you watch his video is that Barry Bonds is absolutely his equal.
Yeah, doing the same thing.
He knows exactly, okay, he's going to do this. He just did this. Now he's going to think this, and I'm going to do this. And I was just so impressed by his knowledge of the game.
Yeah, I'll be interested to hear him tonight.
I mean, he's basically Tony Gwynn preparation with, a freak show strength and, skill. So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to hear him. I don't know what Albert Pujols is going to add, but Barry Bonds is always worth listening to.
Should be a lot of fun. All right, so we will talk some baseball. We'll take phone calls, Royals calls, whatever you want to do as we get underway here. Also, still a story today. I know you guys talked about this a lot yesterday with the Bill Self saga. There were a couple of little reports out today that didn't seem like they weren't the sort of people who would know what's going on.
No, there's one in particular. There's a guy who just in the last few weeks, there's 2 or 3 different times you're like, because we were in the my little studio there before, and Jay, who is what was his nickname?
Hell No.
Hell No says there's a story here that says so and so. This is something about Self, and I said, who was it? He told me who it was. I go, yeah, that's the guy I thought it was. And
is it that Cal Sheet guy?
No, it's
Someone else.
It might be.
There's lots of these
Rob
guys.
something.
So, anyway, earlier today, there was a report out that says it's done. And so now the Star has gotten a text back from Bill Self saying BS, bad info.
Yeah.
Right? And here's my thoughts about where we are on this. This hasn't changed a lot, I don't think, from yesterday. But I think it was surprising for a lot of people when after the game on Friday, or Sunday, he said, I've got a decision to make, basically. I don't think most people thought there was a decision to make. It's kind of like the old jokey decisions are yeah, I'll be back if they'll have me. They always make these jokes
Yeah.
like Andy Reid's. Well, yeah, if they're going to have me back, I'll be back. Yeah, are they going to fire you? Is that you think that you're getting fired? No. So this is the first time I remember him being involved in Kansas where he's had to say out loud that I have a decision to make on whether he wants to coach again. And he talked openly enough about get with his family,
the hurdles, yeah,
the health, and all that stuff.
This is something I like to do, but I want to make sure I feel good.
You've got to feel good doing it and not put yourself in some sort of danger. So there's a timeline here. The portal opens on the 6th of April. Okay? So when the portal opens, you don't want to not know who your coach is going to be at Kansas. They have a fantastic recruiting class that's not even quite done yet.
By the way, April 6th sounds like it's a week from Monday.
Yeah, it's not far away. We're right there. I mean, we're 10 days.
It's the day of the national championship game.
So after the game's over,
boom,
the portal opens. That's the way it works. They got a great class that's set to come in, and I think there's still one other guy out there who they're fighting all the blue bloods for, and they're trying to get him. And so I think all of those players in that class want to come to Kansas, but they also want to play for Bill Self. You don't want to have a time of uncertainty of what's going on. So there's a timeline here on this. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, could be Friday, whatever. But I think we will know this sooner rather than later. This isn't the Royal Stadium issue. We'd like to have a decision, whatever. There's a real deadline on this. And I know this. I know this much about Bill Self. He does not want to leave the University of Kansas in a lurch. Okay? He doesn't want to do something that makes it harder. It's already going to be hard enough. If he decides to retire for health reasons, that's going to be a lurch enough. But if he decides to retire on April 10th, that's not good. Because then you're not being fair to the guys who you've recruited to come there, who maybe are leaving, and the high school kids who you recruited to come there who might have somewhere else to go.
Tyron Stokes being the most notable.
So you need to kind of get this thing figured out soon. The question he's going to have to answer is, does he want to do it? Because I know he wants to coach. There's no question he wants to coach. You hear him talk about coaching like, he's not a 60 and out guy. Okay, this is a guy who wants to coach. But also, you want to be healthy and feel good.
Yeah. If there was no heart issue, if there was no health issue,
this guy is coaching until he's 75.
Yeah, and what we've seen
yes.
is that with 4 of the Sweet 16 coaches 70 or more, would not be an issue.
Not an issue. If you're healthy.
If you're healthy.
But so we'll have to just wait and see kind of what happens there. He shut down the rumor stories that were out there, but he didn't say that he was coming back. No. He said what's out there right now. My understanding is he has not made a decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the term it's been used is, and it wasn't his words. I don't think it was the characterization. It was a Gary Bedore that said that as of now.
Yeah.
As of now means we're on hold.
Yeah.
We haven't hit stop.
He's figuring it out.
He's figuring it
My
out.
understanding, he was back in the office, Monday, doing, going about their business. I mean, there's things that happen after the game, after the season's over. You got to figure out who's coming back. Now there's even more to it. You got to figure out who's getting this,
and he can't wait
know?
until he makes a decision to work on that. He's going to work on that right now. Let's get what I got to get done.
So I don't know, but I've been kind of back and forth on how I feel about it. Seren said this a bunch of times. We did this on There Can Be Only One a couple weeks ago. When is this last year? Seren has been saying he thinks, he's also said he doesn't know. He just feels like and thinks that this is going to be his last year. And I think when we talked about this a couple years ago when we did this, we were like, oh, he's got a few more years. But now it's like, maybe, because you just see, and just the way, I don't think he's been like turned off so much by the Darren Peterson situation that he would just like not do this anymore. But I don't think it's been the most enjoyable thing that he's ever had to go through, having a player who was kind of there, kind of not there, and having kind of handlers around, and just kind of this stuff.
Kind of the combination of
it's just not
that
ideal.
Thing plus do I feel good enough to
Number
have to
one,
deal with something like that?
With a bullet is going to be, is he healthy enough to do this? Is it okay with his family? All those things. That's number one. So far ahead of everything else.
Yeah.
But the little bitty bit that it used to be, you didn't have to deal with some of this stuff before. can't be great for him. But
Yeah.
I think he loves the challenge of it.
If nothing had happened and college basketball existed the way it did 5 years ago, and Kansas was Kansas, and they were in that run, and he had those health problems, it would be a different decision probably.
Yeah.
I mean, still would be number one health, but hey, if I'm healthy, it's great. The combination of that and kind of having to rebuild your apparatus of acquiring players.
Well, and
The
listen,
both things for a guy who's 62 years old and has a couple of rings and is going to the Hall of Fame.
he didn't have brain surgery. He didn't
Yeah.
have quadruple bypass surgery. These are fairly routine-ish for a lot of people in America at his age.
But there's
things. But for the most part, when they do these things that have to do with your heart or whatever, you have to make change in your life. And he's done a lot of those things, his diet, exercise, all those things. But it's not any easier.
No.
In fact, I think it's harder to be the coach at Kansas now than it was 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because the league's different. The whole landscape is different.
There
You
are
know,
teams next to you that weren't next to you 10 years ago. And the level of stress of really any competitive job. But imagine being the head coach of a power conference basketball team who every year has to do
Major expectations every year, all of it.
That is absolutely an impact on the kind of health issues that he has.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. So that was this morning, and right now the latest report is basically it's bad info, BS. Also, didn't say bad info, BS. I'm definitely coming back. Didn't say that either. So we're somewhere kind of in the middle. So we'll take your phone calls about Bill Self. Feeling any differently today. And I know I'm not super concerned about who's next up there. But if you got an idea about who's next, and if I don't think there's any Kansas fan who wants Bill Self to retire.
yeah.
I don't think. There could be someone out there. I'll take your call if you've had enough of it's been 4 years since you won a title, or 3 years. It's too much. Can't go that long. We'll take your calls there. We'll take your calls about the Royals, and anything else you want to talk about.
And
really.
and how does the fact that it's now official in Chapel Hill, and that there some thoughts that they're going to maybe move quickly,
Trying to get Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that? Hey, Bill, what are we doing? Is there any idea that I mean, I don't think no one's going to rush him, but that makes that.
You're talking about
that
if Kansas
decision.
wanted Billy Donovan.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they wanted Billy Donovan, they
These jobs were both open in 2003, but only for a second.
only for a second.
Only for a second. The Carolina job was open, and then Roy Williams left just a little bit later.
Yeah.
A little bit later. So this happens all the time.
Yeah.
These jobs are always open the same year, just for a little short second. But it is pretty wild. I mean, listen, Hubert Davis was in the game, blew a 16-point lead against Kansas, and that would have bought him more time.
Yep.
Did not help that they blew a 19-point lead
19.
against VCU. Atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically, I mean, yes, he was in a national championship game his first year there, and was over 500 and had a really good team 2 years ago. But
how about this? How many coaches has Carolina had?
Yeah.
Since Dean Smith quit. I mean, they had Brad Doherty first. Bill
no, it was
Guthridge.
Bill Guthridge.
Then Doherty.
Then Roy.
Then Roy for a long time.
Long time.
And now Hubert Davis, and now they're already going to be in the fifth one.
Yep.
I mean, a little patience.
A little patience. Yeah.
And they've all. Doherty didn't go to the Final Four, but
No.
Bill Guthridge did.
Guthridge won his first and third year.
And Roy went 4 times, 5 times, bunches.
Something like that.
Not a lot of patience there.
But yeah, that's you can't go 3 straight years without winning an NCAA tournament game in Chapel Hill.
Apparently not.
Even if you're
I don't know what's
family.
going to happen if Kansas is going to have to make a hire, but they just don't have to do this very often.
No.
It just, I mean, I'm an old dude, and they have not done this much in my lifetime. Okay.
Well, the last, to go back just 3 hires, you have to go back to when you and I were in high school.
Yeah. Larry
Or
Brown.
before that, you may have been in junior high.
Larry Brown, 84, 83. Yeah, 83. I was still in junior high.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I mean, think about that. They've hired two head coaches since you first walked through a high school hallway.
It's crazy.
They've hired 2 guys.
And these interns we got
Crazy.
walking around have been Bill Self's been the coach the whole time we've been alive.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, 913-381-0810 is the phone number. We'll take some calls. We will have The Feud at 3 o'clock. We're going to have Fat Jack at 4 o'clock. We'll talk Royals with David Lesky in the 5 o'clock hour. We're underway here on the program. Welcome back into the program. Todd Leabo in for Soren Petro today. Kurtis Seaboldt is here. Kyle Collier's here. Michael Darcy's going to be here playing the feud.
Not to get us sidetracked. I was listening with this last night. Bands that are legendary that you can't really quite figure out why they're legendary.
The Clash?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I've never really...
Not for you?
I've never really gotten it.
That's one of my favorite songs right there, and it's not like what they're mostly known for. That's kind of just a throwaway song. My brother loves The Clash.
I've heard him like,
You should love The Clash. Why don't you love The Clash?
I don't know.
Come on, Kurtis. 913-381-0810 is the phone number. We'll take some calls before we play the feud at 3 o'clock. Up first is Tracy. How you doing, Tracy?
Hey, hello. Hey, good to hear from you guys. So can I make a comparison with Bill Self to Coach Andy Reid? So both of these guys have won at the highest level, and both of these guys are the ultimate competitors besides Michael Jordan that I know. So the comparison that I would like to make, Andy Reid will not change his offense. Bill Self has ran the same offense in 23 years. And I'm a KU man, buddy, all the way. I spent a lot of money this year going to KU games. Bill Self has ran the weave lately, and you know he's famous for the high-low. And so my thing is, I know Jacques Vaughn wanted to do some more up-tempo NBA-style stuff. Look at Coach Cal. Coach Cal puts that ball in the point guard's hands. Kurtis, I heard you and Soren talk about it like yesterday. You give Coach Cal that point guard like A-Cuff right now, and he will take over the game. Bill Self hasn't got to that point yet because he runs the same offense every year. But like I said, him and Coach Reid, to me, they are two of the same because they are the ultimate competitors, but they will not change their offensive whatsoever. And I do think Bill will be back one more year because he cares about the program. He doesn't want to leave it in this way, but his health is the most important. And I think if he was going to go, he would have already done said it. So that's my take on it. Him and Coach Reid are the same, but I'm glad they are in Kansas City. Have a good day, my friend.
All right, Tracy. It's interesting. I mean, listen, they've probably had some change, a little nuance here and there. But I think most of the time these guys, if what they do works, probably not going to change it a whole lot.
Yeah, but has it worked? And that's, I mean, his comparison to Reid, if you is, I mean, there's something to that. I mean, this was the season. I guess the prevailing notion about how the offense might change is, well, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Well, then you go 6-11, and okay, now we got to fix it. Is 4 years and not going to the Sweet 16? If there is some stagnation in the offensive scheme, is that enough to say, all right, we got to do something different? We can't keep doing the same thing. So I do see his connection between the two in that way.
I think one of the things that is just so different right now is just everything has changed in getting your team together.
Yes.
In college basketball. It's just different. I think Bill Self's best teams, and that doesn't necessarily mean the ones that won the Final Four, because this is pretty simple to say, the teams that won the Final Four, they were made up of guys who have been together for 2, 3, 4 years. Mm-hmm. That's what they were, with a mix of maybe some young players in there.
Yeah.
But that 08 team had guys who had played together for like 3 years. They had a bunch of juniors on the team, and Sharon Collins was a freshman, but they just got better all the time. You watched them get better as they went, had some heartbreak, and then make the Elite Eight and win the Final Four. That way. If you have a basically new team every year, you just can't do that.
Right.
And here's what I do know: someone wins the Final Four every year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just how it works. But that doesn't mean that team that won the Final Four is maybe better than a team that won it 20 years ago. It's probably not, because these teams that win now, for the most part, have not really been together. But you get to win, you get to win. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
The way he was at his best, and I think he's adjusted or tried to adjust, but it hasn't worked out right. I think they've chased, they went and got Hunter Dickinson because everyone said Hunter Dickinson was the best. And I think that was a mistake. They weren't as good with him on the team. They didn't. I didn't like the style of play, and it didn't work. And he wasn't able to get the team to play together, and to be together, and to like each other, and kind of all that kind of stuff. And we don't get to see all that part of it. But I don't know how you could really grow as a team if you're just not together very long.
Yeah, but I don't think you can construct a team with enough really good players that it will stay a number of years to get that cohesiveness.
I know, that's the thing.
Because the fact that they were at their best when they didn't have the 1-1 doesn't mean they weren't going for the 1-1. The reason why those guys, if the best player in high school basketball didn't go to KU, it wasn't because they didn't go after him. They were in on all those guys.
If you come in second place in recruiting, you might as well come in 400th place, because only one person gets the player.
But it isn't like those teams were the result of Bill Self not going for the best player in the country. Because I guarantee he was.
You got to get the mix. And
guys.
like right now, Michigan State has a bunch of guys who've been on the team together the whole time. And I don't know if they're going to make the Final Four or not, but they've made it to the Sweet 16. But they weren't very good a couple of years ago. And they've gotten a little bit better. And you know what? Purdue's got a lot of guys who've been on the team together. And I don't know if they're going to make the Final Four.
Michigan State, not Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan State.
Yeah,
Michigan State. These guys, they're like 4 or 5 guys.
Michigan State and Duke are the only two teams. We put this together yesterday. It's the top 5.
Most of Duke's are freshmen.
Yeah, the top 5 guys in minutes played.
Yeah, I think Purdue's got one guy who's not.
Purdue's got one guy. He went to Washington State. They're 4 or 5. Michigan's a 1 seed. Every guy on their top 5 guys all came from somewhere else, including their best player, who was at I think UAB. So it's
everyone's doing the same thing. But my point is, it doesn't look to me like that's Bill Self's forte.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's probably Tom Izzo's forte either, because he's having more success now because he's had these guys there for a few years. The question is, how do you get really good players to come hang out and be on a team together for a while? Because you can pay everybody, everyone's getting paid some money, but people don't want to sit there and not play. So you can't just stash a guy on your bench like you used to and say, listen, you're going to play 8 minutes this year. Next year you're going to play 15, because someone's going to pay you somewhere. And I don't think, listen, I love the blue blood part of it. Kentucky's a big deal. Kansas is a big deal. Duke's a big deal. It's just not as big a deal as it used to be.
No.
Because if you're going to pay someone $200,000 to go play for Mississippi State, they're going to go take that.
Yeah, the color isn't blue; it's green now.
It really is.
But I don't think that because of the way this season played out, that you could look at it and say, well, paying the best player in the country, or one of the 2 best players in the country, a lot of money, it isn't the way to go. They just had the wrong guy.
Well, yeah, they got bad luck too. The guy was hurt.
If they had spent that money on Darius Acuff, or that, we're not having this conversation about how badly is that put together, because they're going to be a lot better team.
Yeah.
But my fear is that people will think
roster construction is
it is
much
difficult,
more of a bigger deal now.
But I don't think
you got to be right early.
To me, the idea that this Kansas season, the way it played out, is a cautionary tale about investing money in the best high school player in the country. To me, is not unfounded. You're making too much out of one season that had a lot of other issues around it.
Yeah, my point about Self is that they have basically turned the roster over.
Yeah.
Every year since 22.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really have a choice leading up to 22, because they had issues.
Yeah.
Things going on outside, and they had to recruit some guys who I don't think Ochai Obaji was somebody who was on their radar before. But then they had these guys play for them, and then they ended up winning the whole thing. And since then they just haven't been able to get traction with keeping guys around and having it be the right team.
Back up 4 years from that, though. Would the 2022 team be able to be constructed as it was if NIL had happened 4 years before that? Would all those guys still be there? Would Ochai Agbaji still be at Kansas?
No, you can't even predict. You have no idea.
That's why I say that trying to recreate that 2022 team,
I don't think you can do it
is impossible.
Yeah.
You have to just get the best players you can and hope you can put them together.
And hope they work.
Yeah.
And it hasn't worked so far. We'll grab one before we break here. It's Mark. What's up, Mark?
Mark. On your mark.
Hey, Mark, you're on here, buddy.
Hey, I've got a great, if Bill Self would retire, his name hasn't been brought up, but he's a Kansas guy. Assistant coach Brad Frederick from North Carolina. His dad used to be the athletic director for Kansas.
Yeah, I don't know if Kansas is going to be going for an assistant coach. That may not get everyone excited.
His dad was the athletic director out there at Kansas from Bob Frederick.
Bob Frederick, great man.
R.I.P.
Wonderful man. Wonderful man. It's an interesting name, but I don't think an assistant coach at North Carolina is going to be the thing to light the fire in the Kansas faithful.
They will not be happy. But you know,
thanks for the call, though, Mark.
What they have to do is they have to get the right guy. If the guy's the right guy, you go get the right guy.
They have hit a home run. Well, every hire at K. Even people didn't like Ted Owens. They made the Final Four. Okay,
Twice.
All right. So don't worry about that.
Twice.
Nobody wanted the job in 1989, and they got a diamond in the rough in Roy Williams, and then Bill Self. Not to say was like a can't miss, but he was a can't miss hire. It was a great combination for Kansas. You don't need the greatest coach in the world at Kansas to be great back then, but right now, I think he's probably coming back. But if they have to hire someone, this is going to be an epic hire. Absolutely a monstrous hire to get it right, because everything has changed from what it was back in 2003, the last time they had to hire a basketball coach. One more segment before we get to the top of the hour and play some Feud here on the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
It is said that he was born under the open sky, at the base of the glacier. That is not true.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
You've been thinking about the fact that maybe it's time for a new truck. Maybe the miles are piling up, or maybe the one you got's just not handling everything you needed to do. Maybe something that can handle a little bit more. If that thought's crossed your mind lately, great time to act. Right now it's Truck Month at Roberts Robinson Chevrolet GMC. Listen, I drove the beautiful Chevy Tahoe. It was an absolute dream. What a great vehicle. It's got me thinking that, hey, it might be time for us to upgrade. Look, another thing I really appreciate about Roberts Robinson, their team, they truly care about helping you. Find that vehicle, that perfect vehicle. There's no pressure. Just could be good people who take pride in what they do and treat you the way you want to be treated, with respect, giving you a great deal on your trade-in and making the buying process easy. No high-pressure tactics. Look, if your truck is your office, if you need that vehicle to work, or if you just need that vehicle to play, either way, it's Truck Month at Roberts Robinson. That means it's time to buy right now. So get to robertsrobinson.com. That's robertsrobinson.com. Take a look at the entire inventory. And, of course, they're absolutely fantastic at every part of the car buying experience. From Robbie in service, Tim in sales, Jordan in finance, they make it super easy. That's what they're all about. Listen, that's what Mike Robinson wants. He's got a team of highly experienced professionals, and it shows. Check out the great reviews. People love buying their vehicle. Listen, you get a great deal on the trade, you get a great vehicle, all without high-pressure tactics. It's at Roberts Robinson. Go right now to robertsrobinson.com. That's robertsrobinson.com, and see for yourself why they just make it easy. Concrete season is in full swing, and asphalt and paving starts mid-March. So now's the time to get your property on the schedule with Gann Asphalt and Concrete. Kansas City's best. Whether you need new concrete work, a parking lot repaved, crack filling, seal coating, or full asphalt installation, their experienced crews handle it all right here in Kansas City. Don't wait until the rush hits in April. Call today for a free bid and secure your spot before the calendar fills up. Get the process started right now at GannAsphalt.com. That's GannAsphalt.com. Stock up and save at Hen House during the Lenten Seafood Sale going on now through Sunday, April 5th. Fill your car with incredible seafood deals like snow crab clusters, 5 to 8 count, just $10.99 per pound. How about fresh whole Atlantic salmon fillets, only $10.99 per pound. Coho salmon fillets, just $11.99 per pound. Fresh skinless Atlantic salmon portions, 6 ounces, only $7 each. And bulk easy peel Argentine red shrimp, 16 to 20 count, just $8.99 per pound. Fresh, flavorful, affordable. Don't miss the Lenten Seafood Sale, only at Hen House, now through April 5th.
Don't let the cold weather keep you from enjoying great Kansas City barbecue. With the Joe's KC app, ordering is so easy. Just download the app on any Android or iOS platform. Place your order and choose your pickup time and location. Once you arrive, just check in right from your car, and a Joe's Car Hop will bring it out hot and fresh. With the group order function, you can have everyone place their individual orders, and it'll all be labeled so lunch will be stress-free. Download the app or head to joeskc.com today.
This is Taylor with Smart Home Lending. Most home buyers talk to one lender and stop there. But rates, fees, and options can vary more than people think. We compare multiple lenders with clear guidance and fewer surprises along the way. Check your options at smarthomelending.com.
At Audi Shawnee Mission, our inventory has exceptional value and the quality, design, and craftsmanship you expect from Audi. See inventory today at Audi Shawnee Mission or online at AudiShawneeMission.com.
Midwest weather can turn on you fast. 1 minute it's sunny, and the next hail's beating your car. Your vehicle is an investment, so don't let dents and dings stick around. Reed Collision Center can help take the hassle out of the process. Our highly skilled technicians can remove dents utilizing paintless dent repair to get your car looking great again. With 3 locations, find the one nearest you at reedcollision.com to see why we are the region's best dealer.
Welcome back into the program. I do want to get everyone excited. Go to Patrick Mahomes' Instagram.
How about that?
He threw a pass.
He did.
Inside.
Was his
people.
arm? Was his arm the part that was hurt?
No.
Oh, okay.
He does have a sleeve on his leg doing it, though. It is funny. When people
So he dropped back and we saw some torque?
Oh, big time torque. He really got into that one. Oh, boy. Listen, Patrick Mahomes is going to play football for the Chiefs this year, probably on the opening game, okay?
Yeah.
But just relax a little bit.
Settle down.
He's going viral.
Viral. His last clip went viral.
Yeah. Anyway. That is funny that like putting a clip up like that just to gets everyone fired up because the NFL is the NFL. All right, we're going to play the feud next. We need a contestant. Give us a call. Well, not yet. Kurtis has a trivia question first.
All right, what 2 teams played in the last NCAA tournament game between Big 12 schools? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Welcome back into the program. I'm Todd Leabo in for Sarin Petro. That's the music for The Feud, brought to you by Nick and Jake's, and that means we need a contestant. 913-381-0810. If you call in and you're the first one on, and, well, Kyle's going to choose whether or not he's going to allow you to play, you will get to choose to play with either Kurtis, Michael Darcy, or myself as we play the Family Feud. It's just a feud.
Darcy.
It's not a family because we're not family. Michael
Garcia.
So the best feud player is hosting this show today?
No, I'm not the best player. Kurtis has been.
I was told you're the best.
I think you might be, Todd.
Well, I'm pretty good
He's
at part of
humble.
it. I'm
He's
very-
humble.
But you don't always win.
Broad.
You can't always just win. But there's a lot of things to play because you could know a lot of answers, and then if you get something stolen at the end, you fill the whole thing up. You get almost all of them, and then you leave one. And
Also, you can give an
opponent
answer
steals.
that's obvious, but if they don't vote for it, you got to know who.
I just have to know Kyle. I mean, that's really the point of the game.
Well, you have to know
Kyle
Kyle's people who responded.
the
He makes
kind
the
of person
questions,
Kyle is.
and then they respond back. So yeah, you understand how the game works, right?
I was practicing my buzzer all day.
All right,
Darcy.
Here
we go.
Darcy. You have to listen to the question, and then this will be. I got a lot of responsibility. As Sarin will tell you, you got to keep score and do all this stuff here. It's not easy to do when you're trying to host this thing.
No.
But Kyle's going to keep everything in order. We're getting a customer.
Customer.
So here's the deal. The winner, if you win and you're the caller, you're going to get $40 at Nick and Jake's. If you lose and you're the caller, you're going to get $25 at Nick and Jake's. Now here's the deal. You get nothing, Kyle. Or Darcy. You're just
We both
here.
get nothing.
No, we don't get anything.
No.
We
get the joy of playing this
now,
game.
You can go to Nick and Jake's at any time, and I suggest you do that because it's tasty food, and we will be having a remote there with Sarin Show coming up in a couple of weeks, probably for the Masters. And that's always a fun remote because I was down there last year for it, and Timmons always does the deal where they give these gift cards out if there's an eagle, on either
Always fun.
8, 13, or 15 while on television there. We had one early last year. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then he walked around. He's just dragging ass going, I'm giving out the gift cards. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So it's a great place to watch sports. They'll have all the games on. Sweet 16 games coming up. It's a wonderful place to go watch it. Multiple locations around town.
And they'll have
it's
the
great.
Royals. They'll know.
They know.
Some places we've all walked into a place.
Can you get the game?
They're like, I don't know. How do we, hang on, I got to get the manager.
No. They know how to change the
That didn't
TVs
happen.
up there. The food's always good. It's always tasty. So our contestant is Zach. Zach, thank you for calling in and being on The Feud. Do you want to win $25 or $40?
I'm hoping to win 40.
All right, then. So it's a
better
big
not
deal.
hurt it.
Who are you going to choose to play with? This is Michael Darcy's first ever time playing The Feud. He's how old, Michael?
23.
23. So you got a guy with vast experience, knowledge about a lot of things.
A depth of knowledge.
Yeah, very, very depth. Curtis, you are how old?
59.
59.
I'll be 60 in July.
Happy 60th for Curtis coming up soon. And I'm 56. So
I'm in year 60.
You're in your 60th year.
Yes.
So what do you think, Zach? Who are you going to play with?
Let's go with some beginner's luck. I'll go with Darcy.
All right, Zach. Let's go here. Zach and Darcy. Do you want to go first or second, Zach?
We'll go first.
Going first. All right. Curtis, do you want to go first?
I'll go second.
All right. I will go first. So, Kyle, do you have this written down?
I've got that. Real quick, Zach, let's test your buzzer.
Zach.
Very good. Not a lot of enthusiasm, but it was quick. You don't have to be enthusiastic.
That's what matters. We just got to be quick.
First.
So, this is me and Zach. We're going to buzz in right here. We're ready to play this feud, Kyle.
All right, drop my pen. Here we go. Zach and Leabo.
Let me get my
I got
pen.
7 answers on the board. Name someone who has had their jersey number retired by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Leabo.
Zach.
Derek Thomas.
Number 1 answer.
There we
Number
go.
58. Pass or play.
I guess we'll play
We
this.
got to play this.
We have 7 answers on the board. So now this is where you got your pencil and paper. You're writing things down. Okay.
I'm going to say.
Are you saying numbers or names?
Give me the name.
Okay.
I'll say Len Dawson.
Number 2, Lynn Dawson.
They just recently did this, and I think this should probably be there. Joe Delaney? Getting a buzz? Okay.
Did not make the list this time.
They have a lot of retired jerseys.
Strike one.
I'm going to say Buck Buchanan.
Number 7 on the list. Number 86 is retired. That is 1, 2, and 7 off the board.
I thought they retired that for Emile Harry. They did not. I
Who
would
was the last
say
guy to wear it?
people got to give us Willie Lanier.
Willie Lanier, number
also,
5.
Bill Moss, wore 63.
He was the last guy to wear that number.
Yeah.
Jan Stenerud.
Number 6, he wore number 3.
We had 2 left.
Numbers 3 and 4 are left.
3 and 4 left. They did not like Joe Delaney. There's a couple weird numbers for not super famous people retired. But I'm not going to go there yet. I'm going to go Abner Haynes.
Number 3
28.
on the list.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with the man for whom the Rookie of the Year is named for the Chiefs, Mackley Hill.
Oh, wow. Tough one, see?
Strike 2.
All right, now I know there's another one who people just don't know his name, so it's not the answer. Now I got to think.
Might have been
Curtis.
one that was just recently done.
I got to think. I gotta think.
Crap and egg. I can't believe I missed this.
Just give me. All right, read them off to me. This is how you kill time.
All right,
Darcy.
Petro.
Yeah.
All right, number 1, Derek Thomas. Number 2, Len Dawson. Number 3, Abner Haynes. Number 5, Willie Lanier. Number 6, Jan Stenerud. Number 7, Buck Buchanan. Looking for number 4.
I know what it is.
Otis Taylor.
Struck out. Darcy and Zach get a chance to steal.
I know the
here.
answer now.
Zach, I think I know the answer.
You guys can talk about your
You can
options.
talk. You can just talk.
I think I know the answer.
Speak freely.
We got to think. It's Kyle. Thinking of a couple people that come on this station frequently.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys just talk. You don't have to.
My initial reaction, I don't know if if he's retired. Bobby Bell, I don't know.
Who were you thinking, Darcy?
I was thinking,
you can talk
I
out
was thinking
loud.
Tim Grunhard. I was thinking
Grundy would be a good one.
Bill Moss even, but I think Grunhard.
Bill Moss wore the same number as Willie Lanier.
Bill
I'll tell you
Moss
that.
was the same number. Yeah.
I wore 63 my freshman year of football.
So
my
it's,
only year.
I think we're between Bobby Bell and Tim Grunhard. But we got to think. What would Kyle think?
No, it's not Kyle's
It's
answer.
not me. It's
His
the people.
followers.
The followers put
Okay.
it. So
The
here's the deal.
followers.
What
Kinda
you
like
generally
that.
do at this point is you say, caller, Zach,
I was
what do
gonna
you
say,
want to
Zach,
go to? Because
this is
he's the
your
one
call.
on the line, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Bobby Bell's the bigger name. I think I'm leaning towards Bobby Bell.
I like it.
Ding.
Ah, it's 100
Nailed it.
points.
That is a
Oh,
full 100
nice.
steal from Darcy and Zach.
Damn it.
They get the full 100.
I was like,
I let this down there.
Bell.
I could have easily encouraged Darcy to say something else. But Stone Johnson's number is
33.
retired, 33, and he's a guy who passed away.
Yeah, he had was hurt.
in a
ran into
preseason
a
game or
wall.
something
Yeah, he
like
got
that.
went to surgery and.
But Joe Delaney
died.
is retired.
Yeah.
Grundy's not retired.
He was
No.
on. Grundy's not retired.
No.
He's in the Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, but not
Oh,
retired.
I
Yeah.
thought that's what the question was.
Well, you got to listen, Darcy.
Jersey numbers.
number retired.
Jersey. Is there anyone else, or do we? That's pretty much
I
all
think
of
that's
them.
it.
That might be all. of
I
them.
thought Emmett Thomas might have
Emmett
gotten
Thomas.
Emmett Thomas
18.
is the other
18.
one.
Damn it! That's Elvis Gerback for me. Just a joke.
Darcy, let's test your buzzer.
Darcy.
Attaboy. All right, we got 7 answers on the board this time. Give me Darcy and give me Kurtis. Over the last 15 years, name me a Royals opening day starter.
Curtis.
Kurtis?
Cole Reagans.
Reagan's number 1. Pass or play?
Let's play.
This is 15 years.
Yes.
So we're going back to 2010 or 11. This the good old days. I think Brad Keller started once.
Brad Keller, number 5 on the list.
I'm gonna go. Seth Lugo.
Strike 1. He has not made an opening day start.
15 years. Jim Shields had to have.
James Shields, number 3.
I call him Jimmy Shields.
I think the 15 opener was started by Edinson Volquez.
It was, but he's not on the list.
See, it doesn't matter.
Strike 2.
You can be right and be wrong. Darce, you understand this?
Or we're
So
leaving away too many
were
holes.
there good times there? I'm trying to think. I don't think they started. I don't think they did. I'm sitting here in my. There's some bad pictures back in 2010 or 11. This is dumb. It goes to 11. I'm going to say Zach Greinke because he was here twice. Okay.
Zach Greinke, number 2.
What he did? Was that 2011 or 10 or something?
And 22.
So he did it again in
23.
22.
Yeah.
I was going to say I thought he did it again. Now see if Kurtis gets a strike here. This is what we call the golden sombrero. Gets all 3 strikes.
No kidding.
And it's not a hat of shame. It's just a thing.
Did Dan Duffy?
There we go.
Dan Duffy, number 6. I'm looking for 4 and 7.
What year was that?
Probably
like 2017 or something
18,
like that.
Yeah.
So we got him regularly, and Volke was right but wrong. Jimmy Shields probably did it twice. I get that.
I wish I could pass this name for you mentally.
I wish you could have passed me Bobby Bell mentally. We'd have won that 100 points on the other one.
I think this is going to be one too.
This is where you got to use meta. We call this meta. Just say something out loud, Curtis. This is what Seren does all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Petra, if you're listening online.
Give you a hint. He's not listening.
He might be.
No way.
Who knows? You say Volke was right but wrong.
I'm going to break out the shot clock here in a second.
Well, if you break out the shot clock, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. I'm just drawing a blank on these pitchers. It wasn't Scott Ellerton. That was way before.
Mm-hmm.
Strike me.
That was a horrible guess. Strike 3.
But over to Darcy. He was a damn all-star once, man.
I have, I think, a no-brainer. Luke Hochevar?
So that's not your answer. No, you got to talk. You talk to Zach.
Zach, how are we feeling about Luke Hochevar?
Let's talk it over before you just shout something.
There we go, Zach. Put this kid in his place.
He's a vet.
All right, Hochevar's not bad. The one I was thinking of is Yordan Ventura.
So I thought about that. I don't know. I mean, just going back
I don't
years.
I don't know how far back he went.
I don't think he would have done it in 14 because that would have been James Shields. 15 would have been Volquez. 16. Ooh, 16.
Did Jason Vargas ever make
Ooh.
Vargy.
I had Guthrie down.
Vargy pitched a good
Don't
game.
love that one.
Well.
Duffy was already correctly answered. Are you paying attention?
You said Guthrie.
Are you said Guthrie?
Said Guthrie. Guthrie.
You said Guthrie?
Duffy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jay Guts.
I apologize publicly to you.
Jay Guts.
Oh, this one's tough. I just don't know.
I don't feel confident in Ventura, but I don't know if Hochevar's kind of a pull. I'm not sure if that's going to be on the list.
This is where you say to Zach. You say Zach. You get asked for the name.
I'm looking for number 4.
Wasn't he in the bullpen by the time the World Series stuff happened? I mean, I don't know that he was making a opening day start.
What I'm looking for.
We had a lot of bad pitchers very early on in his career, though.
There's no question
All right,
about that.
Darcy, I trust you.
No.
My teammate.
I honestly like the Ventura pick. It's your call.
Go out on it. Let's just go out on it.
It's not a bad one to
Go
go on.
Yordan Ventura.
No, it's a ding.
Yordan Ventura.
All
Final
right.
answer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nailed it.
2016.
That is number 7 on the list. That is going to be a tidy 90 points for Zach and Darcy.
Let me find something here. I got to find something on my phone. So, I think on the opening day, one of the years he started, on opening day, he hurt his finger. Okay, and then I remember after it, I've had this soundbite on my phone forever because Salvi was trying to explain what happened to his finger, and I'm going to see if he can pick this up on a microphone here if I play this.
I don't know, he said something crying or something. I don't know, he said something crying.
He was saying cramp, but I always call a cramp now a krong, okay? So if you get a krong, that is because
That's not good.
You have been diagnosed by Dr. Sal because Giordano had run over to first base, and he got a little bit of a krong, and that's what happened. Did they get 100 points?
90.
That was 90.
Okay.
90.
What we had one we didn't get? What didn't we
The
get?
one you missed was number 4, Bruce Chen.
Chen. Come on, Chen. We're
And
getting
for the record,
our
Darcy,
teeth
you were
kicked
correct
in.
about Luke Hochevar. He made a opening day start in 11.
11.
Okay.
No, that was 15 years ago, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, you're going to give him credit for everything.
It wasn't on the list.
You know, these guys are friends.
It definitely was not on the
I
list.
know.
They're friends. They're doing a radio show tonight.
Yep.
All right.
All right. This
Me
time,
and Zach.
Yep,
By the way, we've won 2 jump balls and we've yet to score points.
We've scored all the points. We got them stolen. This is how you lose the game, Darcy. We did all the heavy lifting.
All right, I got 6 answers on the board this time for Todd and Zach. Name a type of pet you might have.
Leabo.
Dog. Dog, number 1, pass or play.
Well, we got to try. Let's get all the points for these guys. 5 answers?
6.
6.
5 left.
I'm going to say Bobby Bell. No. I'm going to say cat.
All right, Leabo.
Cat number 2.
It's pretty much the best ones right there. The rest is not very good. Fish.
A fish, number 6.
A bird.
A bird, number 4.
Now, these are a guinea pig.
I'll give you that one, number 3.
Is that all that?
A rodent.
A rodent.
Number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mark off hamster.
So that's your rats, your furry
Guinea pig,
whatevers.
your hamster. Like
We're kind of
Curtis
running
said.
out of animals here, aren't we?
Just
Snake.
looking for number 5.
Snake.
Snake did not make the list. Strike 1.
All right, so this is not my answer yet, but all my wife wants to do is have a baby goat for a pet. She wants a freaking goat so bad. I'm like, what do you think we live in here, a farm? They just ruin everything. I don't know if that's the deal.
That would be a horrible pet.
Yes. Listen up, Mrs. Leabo.
You could name it Pat Mahomes, though.
You could name it. The goat. That's not our answer. So, dog. Dog, cat, rodent, bird. Bird and fish are gone. We're down to the last one.
I think I might have.
You might have one. So if I fail, it's on
Yeah,
Curtis.
I think I have. Maybe.
People used to be kind of a thing to have the little pot-bellied pig. A pig. That's a
Strike 2.
Come on, Curtis.
How about some form of lizard, like a
iguana
or a
my
gecko?
buddy Rob's dad had a iguana forever named Hector.
Wow. Or a skink.
So,
Yeah.
Iguana / lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Strike 3. Over to Darcy and Zach. for
What's your
yet
list,
another
Zach?
steal.
Zach.
My initial thought. I don't know if this is the same as gerbil rat. What about a ferret? I feel like people have ferrets.
Is that a bird, though?
No.
No, it's not. Hey, by the way, I'm going to paint a picture for you. If you're watching online, I'm wearing a jacket that says ping on it. And about 6 months ago, Darcy says, "Why are you wearing a ping pong jacket?" So that's what we were dealing
was an
with here.
important question.
He thinks a ferret is a bird. A ferret is a little
Parrot is a bird.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
A parrot is
Ferret.
a bird. A ferret.
Parrots and ferrets are different.
Don't think I could pick one out of a lineup.
Yeah, ferret was.
It's a little.
I don't
It's
know.
a
I
little
actually don't know
long
what
thing.
animal family a ferret falls into.
I'm going to call it a rodent.
Oh, we're giving him hints now. Oh my gosh!
All right,
That's a ferret.
so we're not gonna go with ferret. then.
Like a mink. You get a.
I don't know.
It's like a weasel.
What's on your list?
His list is short. I can look at
My
his face
list was
right
very
now.
short. I had gecko. That was wrong.
So that's going to be like a lizard.
Cat, hamster, goldfish, all already taken. Oh, pet. What are we looking for? The number.
There's the last one.
Number 5.
Oh,
number 5. So this is an animal that. Can we give any hints
What
on
about
it?
a
This
pet?
No. He already gave
Just
you a
the
hint.
type of pet. That's what I'm looking for.
You didn't give us a hint.
All right,
Yes, he did. He says he gave.
Follow me here.
All right,
you
Zach's
ever
got
watch
one.
Friends? Ross has a pet monkey. What about a pet monkey?
I like it. What else would it be? We don't have anything else.
That's
This
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
ding. I'll be so mad.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, he's
I'm gonna
smiling.
go-
It's a
I
ding.
think we should go a monkey.
Did not make the list.
Is a pet rock?
Anybody heard of
Otter?
a turtle?
Oh, a turtle.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's going to be
I guess-
90 points.
Yeah, I've
Over
heard
to
it. Yes, I've heard of
Todd.
turtles. Heard of turtles.
So when we were kids, Curtis my age, there was a fad where you could buy a pet rock.
Mm-hmm.
You can still do it.
They like put them in boxes and sold them. I said, you just pick them up anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back in the game, baby. Let's go.
I always said I prefer to get my pet rock from a shelter.
Yeah, you know.
So I basically meant my driveway.
Yeah, anywhere.
All right. I got 6 answers on the board this time for Darcy and Curtis.
Good job, Kyle.
All right. Name someone who quarterbacked the Missouri Tigers.
Curtis. Drew Lock.
Number 4. Can
Oh,
you
boy.
beat that?
Wow.
Darcy, can you beat that?
Come on, Darcy.
I'm trying to get the number 1. We'll go
You only need a number 3 or 2.
Chase Daniel.
There, easy.
Number 1.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, Zach and
How did
Darcy
I blow
pass or
that?
play.
Is Zach a tiger? I can tell he might be.
I think we can play. Yeah. Oh, Tigers.
I got one more for quarterbacks I can think off the top of my head.
Well, you're playing. So
guys playing?
Zach's up.
Yep, Zach's up.
Yep.
So is it my turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Blaine Gabbert.
Number 3.
Number 1 draft pick right there, guys. Come on.
Yep.
Darcy's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
Such a Jayhawk. You have a 23-year-old Jayhawk here, man.
I'm trying to think.
Man, I really picked wrong.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's on the practice squad for the Jets right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is
Think of
hurting.
all the times the Jayhawks lost to these guys.
Think about though. He wasn't even old enough when they played. Well, they actually did play last year.
Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
I can't tell. Who's been named? Chase Daniel,
Oh my
Blaine Gabbert.
gosh. We named Drew Lock.
And Drew
already.
Lock, yeah. He put you on the clock, buddy.
I know. Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me. Quentin Skinner is one of his practice squad teammates.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
No. He started a game.
Yeah. He was a guest on New Day with SSJ for a whole year. Talked to
Brady Cook.
everybody. Yeah, we helped him. Ah, he got struck.
Wow.
At least you got the answer
Got
right.
the name right, but not on my list.
That was a lot of work.
Strike 1.
All right, I'm trying to think of how far back we're going, but I'm going to go
Exactly.
Brad Smith.
There we go. He's
Brad
on there.
Smith, number 2.
That was a low-hanging fruit. Now it gets dicey.
Looking for 5 and 6.
It's even worse news for Darcy here.
Should we just get this strike out of the way?
No, I'm gonna watch him squirm a little bit. I'm not sure we're gonna steal either.
I
It's
have
gonna be
no
tough.
idea.
Got one.
This
that
guy
was-
will steal it.
No, but you got to be
I thought
right.
it
I mean,
was
you
good.
named a guy who started, who took him to a
Yeah,
bowl
because I would
game.
have said Brady Cook.
Yeah.
For the steal.
Zach, I'm gonna have to pass.
No, you're not passing. Say a name out loud. Come on, make a joke up. This is where you say Todd Reesing or something.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Darcy.
He played this year.
Yeah.
Bo Perbula.
Of course
Strike
he got a
2.
strike. It was not a good enough year.
All right. I'm having to go back in the memory bank a little bit. The only reason I remember this guy is because I think he had some religious views where he couldn't
Wouldn't take
get
medicine.
treatment. So
Yeah.
he was never on the field. James Franklin.
Yep.
Number 6 on the list. Just looking for number 5, Darcy.
That's all we need, Darce.
Oh, great.
Here comes the golden sombrero. Go get it fitted.
Oh.
James Franklin was tough as nails, though, man.
You could tell me the years, and I don't think it would really matter.
No, we'll wait for that hint for us. Now go ahead and say what are the years? Give me an idea.
Oh, I don't remember the years.
It means it's old.
I made this list like a month ago.
Oh, man. If Kyle doesn't remember the years, it's got to be old.
A little hint. I've never heard of the guy either.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Ahmad Hardy.
Not Ahmad Hardy.
Strike 3 over to Kurtis and Todd for the
My
steal.
first thought was Corby Jones.
Yeah.
Because they went to a couple bowl
That's
games.
pretty good.
Okay.
The only other name I had was Matty Mock.
Matty Mock was a guy.
Yeah.
Matty Mock's good. See, so the oldest guy on here is Brad Smith.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going back. I'm worried about Corby to go back because that's the late 90s. We're not going to Kirk Farmer.
Probably not. Or
Jeff Handy. Phil Bradley played some quarterback.
Right.
Look at Darcy's name.
Probably
Who
not
are
going
these
to go.
people?
Who the kid, the freshman that they had to play a little bit this year? I can't remember. Now I've forgotten his name.
Darcy, who's that? Exactly.
I remember his name if you need
Matt Zollers.
Zollers. I don't think it's Zollers. It's either I like Matty Mock because he was infamous.
Yes.
And I like Corby Jones because he was
He played in
went
one
to
of our
two bowl games and he played in the Turkey
one of our
Bowl for
Turkey
us.
Bowl, and
Yeah.
he almost broke my hand with a pass in warm-ups.
There is no way this is Zollers. I would be upset if Zollers is on this list.
We got to live and die with number 7.
It's your choice.
Matty Mock. Damn.
Man, that is going to be 90 over to
I think
Darcy.
that's gonna
Hold
be
on.
enough.
Let's count it
Darcy
up.
and Zach.
190.
Zach, we just cannot
plus
be the
90,
worst.
280. 280 is enough to win it. Now,
I think it
what's
is.
the answer we didn't get?
Corby Jones.
God, dang it.
That was my first indication of just how strong guys' arms are. I mean, Corby Jones was not John Elway.
Yeah.
We would
He threw the ball to you.
He was just kind of doing
separate.
like, we're just going to do some warm-ups, and I'd turn and hand up, and the ball hit my hand, and I was like, I think
Oops.
you may have broken 2 bones in my hand.
All right, Zach, thank you for calling in. Thank you for taking the risk. with Darcy. Thank you for winning and skunking us 280. 280 to nothing is nearly a record. We'll have to pass this on to Petro because I think there was
You guys got the pets, though. You didn't get skunked.
No, well, we got one.
Yeah, we got one.
Oh, that's right. We did get one. We had 90.
It's rare to win the first 2 jumps and not win either one of them.
Well, we won the jumps on all of them.
Darcy got 3 strikes, and they still won that category.
Golden Sombrero. All right, so you're going to win $40 to Nick and Jake's. Enjoy that. Nick and Jake's is one of the greatest places around Kansas City to go eat, drink, have fun, watch sports. I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to get your info. Thank you for calling in. Thank you
Great
to
stuff,
Darcy.
Zach.
Good job, Darcy,
Yeah,
for
man.
playing
Nice
the
work.
game and trying your best.
It was all Zach.
And this is really my fault
stuck
for
out.
letting Kurtis talk me off Corby Jones, but that's okay.
Tight.
That's fine. Did we come back and play again?
I'm going to need to do a lot of prep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You know, you're the only coach that could have brought this team back.
of course.
The only one.
I'm the only feud contestant that I could have gotten 3 questions
But
wrong.
You didn't win the national championship, so it was a failure.
Oh, you didn't. All right, that's the feud brought to you by Nick and Jake's. Go check them out and go watch. I know it's gonna be a lot of fun when I'm gonna be out of country, I believe, when the Masters remote's gonna be, but it's a great one to go watch and go watch the Sweet 16 there tomorrow. Go watch the Royals there on Friday. Have a good time. Get yourself some tasty food. No soup for you because you got the Golden Sombrero. Zach gets all the money on that one. Thanks for coming by, Darcy. 7 o'clock tonight.
7
You and Kyle
o'clock.
have a radio show.
We do.
What are you going to talk about?
Little KU Mizzou. Maybe Patrick Mahomes throwing a football.
Maybe throwing a football. Maybe talk about your appearance on the feud. Get some pointers from some people.
I'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. All right. Thanks for coming by.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour. Answer. What two teams played in the last NCAA tournament game between Big 12 teams?
I got this right.
You did.
Do you know the answer, Kyle?
He does, because he had to give it to the...
He gives me all the answers.
Because he has to give it... He gets the phone
Did you
calls.
know before he told you?
No.
No.
The jumping off point is that Nebraska and Iowa are playing tonight. Rare Sweet 16 matchup between conference opponents.
They used to actually have a rule that they would try to not have teams meet until the Elite Eight, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
When how many teams from the Big Ten made the tournament? 10?
No, 10 SEC.
10 or 12, I think.
Eight Big 12, eight SEC.
I know last year 14 SEC teams made it. You were not going to be able to avoid it. And this is an unusual one because they put one of them as a 9 seed. They're like, well, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Well, then they went and beat the 1 seed. So, okay, here we go. We got our matchup. It was a bunch. There's 6 of them, 6 Big Ten teams in the Sweet 16. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's 6 on this the left side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Made a lot.
7.
So I like this game when the Big 12 teams met.
So I'm sure you
Why did I
8,
like it, Kurtis?
9. I'm counting this at 9. 9 from the Big Ten. It was the 2002 Elite Eight. Oklahoma.
That's right.
Over Mizzou.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oklahoma made the Final Four, and Hollis Price made
Christmas
one
time
basket.
and Hollis Price.
And then they lost to Indiana.
They did.
Horrific.
I also looked to see on the old
The
Big Eight.
same day that Kansas lost to Maryland. It had a chance to be a Big 12 championship game.
You guys would have gotten some revenge.
No, we would have lost that game too, probably.
But you'd already beaten them.
We had. The only team Kansas lost to in the Big 12 that year.
Yeah.
Just a couple of
that 02 team
10
was
days
a
before.
freight train. They just ran into a team that also had NBA dudes all over it in Maryland. It happened 3 times in the Big Eight. Twice.
I don't like one of those games.
1988.
I don't like one of those games.
I wouldn't either. Kansas knocking off Kansas State in the Elite Eight, and then Oklahoma in the national championship game. The other one, 1958, when Kansas State beat Oklahoma State in the Elite Eight as well to go to the Final Four.
We'll probably be seeing more of these things happening with the huge conferences.
This is not no Big 12 schools or Big 8 schools ever met in the Sweet 16. I looked. 3 ACC teams have done it. The most recent, Duke and Virginia Tech. I think it was in 2019.
They're obviously in '85 in the Final Four. There were 3 Big East teams, so the 2 of them played in that. And there were I can't remember who was there. It was Duke, UConn, and there was 2 Big Ten teams in the Final Four in '99 when I was down. It was Ohio State and Michigan State. I don't think they played each other.
In 2000, it was. In 2000, there were 2. It was Wisconsin and
Michigan State. Yeah, they've had
and
a
then
couple.
Florida and North Carolina.
Yeah, it happens. So that'll be fun. Let's talk a little Sweet 16. We'll play a couple of sound bites that I know Kyle has open, even though we haven't talked about it. Right? Exactly. Iowa and Nebraska are playing in what we're calling the Heroes game, because that's what they call the football game. And this has been an absolute whirlwind for Ben McCollum, just as a human being, to go from Northwest Missouri State to Drake to Iowa, and won a game in the tournament last year. Drake has won 2 games already this year, and pretty amazing. I mean, just absolutely amazing story. We talked a lot while he was winning national championships at Northwest. Like, at some point, someone's going to come hire this guy, and listen, no shame on Drake, but that's not exactly a monster job, but he proved he could do it there, and then everything came open for him at his home state, and to Iowa. It's a dream job for him. And this wasn't, I don't think, the greatest year ever. I mean, obviously, they were a 9 seed. The Big Ten is tough. We talk about how tough the top of the Big 12 was. The top of the Big Ten was even probably a team deeper, maybe.
Yeah.
So it was rough sledding there, but they made the field, and they've won 2 games. Pretty good stuff. Now they've got a little shorter turnaround than Nebraska does in this game. So here's Ben McCollum getting asked about having that shorter turnaround than the Huskers.
I mean, probably the challenge is my director of basketball ops setting everything up. It's this level's so bougie. It's like, I mean, we get back and then I get a text that says, "Be here at this time. The plane will be there. You will drive right up to the plane. You will get on the plane. Everything will be done for you. The food will be there. All you have to do is bring your computer and scout." And then we get to the hotel. Everything's perfectly set up. And so I guess for me, I don't think there's a lot more challenges than their challenges. It's just a day difference. So I probably don't read into it. Just I've been at Division II for so long. I played junior college. I mean, it's you make your bus trips and you get ready to play. And if you're not ready to play for the Sweet 16, then you probably shouldn't be here. It's kind of my thought.
He's got a unique perspective because he's been through. I mean, and I'm not talking. This was 20 years ago that he was doing this. They do a nice job at the NCAA Division II tournament, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it ain't this.
No.
No. It's just a different
This
deal.
is nice. This is easier.
So the shorter turnaround, I mean, he's got so much time now compared to what you had to do when you were in the Division II level.
And one day difference isn't as much when
Yeah.
you're talking about the extra days off you get when you go from Saturday, Sunday to Thursday, Friday. But, they used to have a situation where all the teams on that side of the bracket played. You play the same day in the first round and the second round, and you don't have that gap. Now it's impossible to do with each pod is in different regions, so a little tougher. So Nebraska, I think they were done midday on Saturday, and Iowa was late Sunday, so there was a little bit of a gap there. But guys are
when
22 years
you
old,
drive the plane up to the thing and just jump right on, it's not a big deal.
You're good.
They have played twice this year. Not everyone in the Big Ten plays each other. Iowa won. I hope we're not watching this kind of game, 57-52 at home, and it was 84-75. I know I would much prefer to keep it at that lower score because Nebraska can go out and score a little bit. We'll see how this one ends up, but it's the early game out of the chute down in Houston tomorrow night, and it's going to be a fun one. More coming up from that game and everything happening in Houston. I think Houston's the spot to be. We'll hear more of that coming up next year on the program.
Right.
Welcome back into the program. We've got Fat Jack coming up at 4 o'clock. We've got David Lesky in the 5 o'clock hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. Talk about that stuff. We have, what do we call what you guys do at night? Sports night?
The night shift.
Night shift.
The night shift.
With
On
Darcy.
the night shift.
Yeah. All right, let's play one Fred Hoiberg here for a little equal time here for Iowa and Nebraska. Fred Hoiberg was asked about the challenge of trying to play this team in Iowa for the third time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've got our game plan. Iowa has theirs, and now it's all about going out and executing and figuring out a way to make adjustments if things aren't going according to plan. And it is. You know, when you look at the two games that we played earlier this year, very, Iowa, with the way that they control pace and control tempo, I thought they did a great job with that in those first two games. They get up 10 early on Clemson and did the same thing, got a double-digit lead against Florida, and they were able to control pace and tempo for the entire game. That was the story, I thought, in our two games as well. You know, it's going to come down to a lot of little things, Rob, and rebounding is going to be very important in this game. It's going to be a possession battle, taking care of the basketball, very important at this time of year. And, you know, with what Iowa did, having more offensive rebounds than Florida was so unbelievably impressive. And also having 15 offensive rebounds against Clemson, and I think won the Battle of the Glass by 13 in that game. So, you know, just they're playing their best basketball this season. I like how we're playing right now, and it should be a fun game tomorrow night.
That is tomorrow night, 6:30 start. And we'll have all the Sweet 16 action for you here coming up over the next couple of nights, Thursday and Friday night. Should be a lot of fun. I mean, I like the Sweet 16. We'll talk more about it with Fat Jack. I know there aren't as many Cinderellas maybe as maybe there have been in the past, but I think we've got some fresh faces sometimes here and there.
So that, you know, nothing's like that first 2 days, just the overwhelming, just the volume of the games and all the crazy buzzer beaters. The quality of basketball in a compressed time frame.
Good stuff.
The Sweet 16 is the best 2 days.
And it's at night, and I can watch it all.
Yeah, 4 games each night with a lot going on, good teams. Love it.
Fat Jack coming up next.
All right, how many players in the last 40 years have averaged 30 points a game in a single NCAA tournament? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Viva Fat Jack! Fat Jack is joining us now on the program. I'm Todd Leabo, in for Soren Petro. This is not the normal football segment with Fat Jack from Fat Jack Sports, because we're not going to go around and embarrass ourselves with our picks. We're going to actually just talk to the expert, Fat Jack, about what's going to happen in this tournament going on. Jack, how are you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Todd. Thanks. The good news is that the money that you make during basketball spends exactly the same.
That's right.
As the money that you make during football. It doesn't make any difference. Your Costco doesn't know the difference. So whatever you're going to do with your extra cash. So since we talked last, really good start to the tournament for us, which was odd because it was also a really good start for the public. And that's normally not the case. When the general public does really well, which they did. If you didn't make money as a general public bettor, let's say you're not, you're just picking your best teams and you don't really know how to handicap, you just like basketball, you should have done really well last week. And normally when that happens, my clients and I don't do as well, but we're 21-8 over the last 7 days in basketball. So $100 players up over $1,200. So really good week. Undefeated this week, 3-0, all in the NBA. Just a little bit of a sign of what's going to come after this tournament. We're going to make a ton of money in the NBA. But 3-0 this week, 21-8 over the last week.